Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez of California, a member of the House Armed Services and Homeland Security Committees. Congresswoman, thank you for your time. As you heard our own Kelly O'Donnell speak to how everything is rapidly changing. As I understand it, you were undecided but leaning no to the resolution that has been highly discussed. Where do you stand at this hour as we await to hear more from the president this evening?
Well, I've just emerged from the House Armed Services Committee where we had Secretaries Nagel and Kerry and Joint Chief of Staff Dempsey. I asked them some very, very pointed questions. Quite frankly, got some muddled answers or not very good answers back to the real question of what is our true interest there, why now, why this, how come, as most Americans are asking. And so I have not heard what I need to hear in order to be a yes for them. So I'm still leaning no, and on the other issue of Russia and Syria and maybe this alternative, I believe that many of my colleagues are looking forward to trying to see if we can't make sure that that is a possibility.
We heard in that Armed Services hearing a strong pushback from Secretary Kerry saying the delay in the Senate was not a result of the public sentiment, that the votes were not there. He said that was essentially playing politics. But in your estimation, it seems, and the numbers show, the votes are not there to support the president. And this resolution and perhaps this door opening regarding Syria turning over its chemical weapons that it is yet to even admit that it has, would, in a sense, allow the administration to save face here. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Well, I would suggest that at least in the House, where I work on a daily basis, the votes are not there, but it's a possibility they could be, depending on what the resolution would look like and how much time and how effective the president and others can be to actually let us understand why the heck we would do this.
Well, let me ask you the specific resolution that's being floated out by the Senate, that obviously this is just being talked about at this point, this resolution that would allow the UN Security Council to condemn the actions, basically verifying what happened there to be authenticated, and it would set a deadline for Syria to turn over its arsenal. If these are not met, the resolution would authorize the use of military force. Again, this is one of the proposals, the alternatives, but is that something that you believe you could get behind?
It depends what comes out of the UN.
Okay.
I would look forward to having the UN actually say, let's work on this. We did find weapons here. We believe Assad has used them. But if the Security Council does not say, if this doesn't happen, if we don't secure these weapons, if it doesn't say that we can use force, then I think, once again, the president has some real problems on the legal framework of why we would attack a country without having a UN resolution.
So you believe that there's a question of legal authorization here?
Absolutely. It's very difficult to go in on your own, and we certainly, why the United States can do that, not other countries. I mean, we've signed the same treaty as others when we did the UN Charter. It's a treaty, it's our law, it's our national law under Article 6 of our Constitution. I think he's got some wobbly legs on that framework of legality.
All right, Congresswoman, thank you so much for your time. Loretta Sanchez, we appreciate it. Now let me bring in